So today we'll start the chapter of hormonal contraception. If possible, we'll also look into ovulation inducers. Now, hormonal contraceptives essentially are combinations of progesterone and estrogen. Okay, they are essentially supplements of progesterone and estrogen given in different forms. Sometimes they are synthetic progesterone and estrogen, which depending on when you are giving them, they can mess up the cycle, and as a result, they can lead to contraception. You are essentially inducing hormones at an odd time in the menstrual cycle, because of which the proper flow of the cycle gets interrupted. Okay, there is a way through which your cycle progresses, through which your what do you call, this ovum develops, and ultimately it gets released through ovulation. That developmental process gets affected, so will your uterus get affected with by giving these progesterone and estrogens. Now, if we talk about the mechanism of action of these drugs, there's a broad underlying mechanism of both of these drugs. What they will do is essentially, first of all, they prevent ovulation by negative feedback. Now, what does this mean? Specifically, let us suppose uh, this negative feedback is occurring on your hypothalamus. Okay, so negative feedback occurs on your hypothalamus to a certain degree. It also occurs on pituitary. It depends on what is acting. So let's suppose we take progesterone. Pro- Progesterone has a negative influence, or progesterone gives a negative feedback. Essentially, it will decrease GnRH secretion, gonadotropin reducing hormone secretion from your pituitary. As a result, what happens is LH release gets decreased. Okay. LH is very important for ovulation. If LH is not released on time, ovulation will not occur properly, and the ovum will not mature properly. That is one function. Now, let's suppose you give estrogen. Estrogen suppresses FSH. Okay, it will have a negative feedback on pituitary, and ultimately it will end up decreasing the levels of FSH. As a result, what will happen is ovarian follicles will fail to develop. In either of these cases, either ovulation is not occurring properly or ovarian follicle is not developing properly, leading to loss of fertility for that period of time, or for that cycle essentially. Progesterone also inhibits estrogen induced mid cycle increase in LH. So what happens is sometimes normally in your cycle, estrogen is released mid-cycle as well. That estrogen is released in order to increase luteinizing hormone levels. This occurs around day 14, day 15. Okay, mid-cycle, in between the cycle, estrogen is released, and that estrogen release causes increase in LH levels. That will promote ovulation even more. So progesterone has an effect on that as well. P negatively affects Uh, what does it negatively affect? Estrogen induced increase in LH. Okay, so estrogen induced essentially to stopping estrogen from working properly, specifically in between the cycle, and as a result, there is no spike in LH levels. They will remain low. Okay, leading to failure of ovulation. Other than that, progesterone also makes your cervical mucus very thick. Now, as such, progesterone has an effect where it can make cervical mucus thick, but if you give it as a synthetic drug, that effect will be even more pronounced. If cervical mucus is very thick, sperm will not be able to reach your uterus properly, and it will not be able to reach the fallopian tubules. It will essentially create an unfavorable environment for the sperm to penetrate properly, because it is thickening the cervical mucus. And hormonal contraceptives, है चीज बोलते हैं लोगों को, hormonal contraceptives will alter your uterine endometrium. One second. Alter uterine endometrium. Now you have to remember that estrogen and progesterone not only have an effect on ovulation and the ovaries of a lady, but it will also have a lot of effects on the uterus. Essentially, they are preparatory effects i- for pregnancy. In case fertilization occurs, your body is essentially, or the girl's body is essentially preparing her to get pregnant. So what happens is, in the uterus you will be seeing that if you've already went through the menstrual cycle, you know that thickening of the layers of of the uterus occurs, and more number of glands will be produced, more muscles will be produced, so on and so forth, the whole jargon. So estrogen and progesterone play a very important role in the endometrial changes that occur as well. Now, while when you use hormonal contraceptives, they will mess with that. So essentially what will happen is uterine endometrium will become unfavorable for implantation. um, it becomes Implantation will not occur when you are using hormonal contraceptives. It will become harder for that zygote to be implanted if, you know, um, one second. Yeah, it'll get harder for the zygote to get implanted if the uterus is not prepared for implantation. Another problem with another effect that hormonal contraceptives have is they will decrease coordinated contractions. These coordinated contractions are mainly occurring in your cervix, uterus, and fallopian tubules. Now, why do these coordinated contraction occurs? These are required for transport of ovum and sperm. So these are essentially helping transport ovum and sperm towards each other so that fertilization can occur. These coordinated contractions are facilitating the formation of zygote. Essentially, uh, if these coordinated contractions do not occur, you are essentially removing any helper to that sperm, or you're removing the helper to that ovum. So in that scenario, it will decrease the chance of fertilization even more, and the chance of implantation goes down even more. These are all the broad effects of hormonal contraceptives. So everything, all the normal effects that are occurring because of estrogen and progesterone, they will get messed up, they will get changed just because you are giving estrogen and progesterone in varying quantities, and you are giving them at odd times. So in your body, during the menstrual cycle, estrogen and progesterone are specifically released at specific intervals in specific quantities to produce a specific effect. Now, when you give something like a hormonal contraceptive, you are giving the same, that same hormone can cause a termination of pregnancy, that same hormone can cause irregularities in menstrual cycle. It depends on when it is being given and when it is being administered, because from the perspective of your uterus or from the perspective of your ovary, it will not differentiate between synthetic estrogen and progesterone, it will, or natural, as in the ones that is produced by your body, and synthetic. For it, only estrogen has entered, or progesterone has entered, and if it is entering in odd times, it will generally lead to adverse reactions to implantation. Essentially, it will not let implantation or fertilization occur. Now, coming to the combinations itself, you will have different three different ways through which you can give these hormonal contraceptives. Generally, ये लोगों को combined hormonal contraceptives कैसा देते हैं, ठीक है? They will contain low doses of both estrogen and progesterone. Earlier, only estrogen used to be used, but because of severe side effects that occur by using only estrogen, progesterone has been included in the drug. The overall dose of the drug has decreased, and as a result, adverse effect, the chances of adverse effects have also gone down significantly. Now, इसमें जो drugs आते हैं, you have ethinyl estradiol, there is mestranol, ठीक है? These both are pure estrogens. You will have progestins as well. Progestins like these are pure E, ठीक है? P जो है combine करके देते हैं. You will also get drugs with they are already combined. B में you have desogestrel, Notch estimate as well. You have more drugs as well, but I think these many are enough. ठीक है, इनका ही कॉम्बिनेशन rinse and repeat करते जाते. Now these two, desogestrel and norgestimate, generally cause the least side effects, and they will make sure that there is prompt withdrawal bleeding. So after you withdraw the drug, sometimes bleeding occurs. Okay, very very common with estrogen especially. It can be heavy. So if you withdraw the drug, that bleeding will not be as significant if you use progesterone or if you use combination of ENP. Now the drugs that are given, first of all, is one type of drug called monophasic drugs. ठीक है, technically they are oral pills. Yeah, oral pills में आते हैं. ठीक है, you have both monophasic and biphasic in this. Monophasic drugs is essentially, it is a pill that is started on the fifth day of the menstrual cycle. ठीक है, and it is taken every day for 21 days. ठीक है. Now, before shedding occurs, essentially stop during that time. What you are doing is at the end of that 21 days, you give a gap of 7 days during which bleeding occurs, and after that you start again if you want to perform contraception. So you start on the fifth day, you go all the way up to the 26th day, or you follow up for 26 days, 26, 27th day को पहुंचते हैं आप, and at that time you stop the drug. So you stop for 1 week, roughly around 7 days, till bleeding occurs. So give your body a little time to adjust. And again on the fifth day, you start the new cycle again. Again, you start taking these monophasic pills. Now, to reduce the amount of hormones that are needed, biphasic pills are being used nowadays, and these more closely mimic menstrual cycle, the effects of menstrual cycle. So, what happens is sometimes it is very common for girls to miss pills. Okay, anyone can miss pills. It's not a big problem. But let's suppose they miss one pill. Okay, in case they are missing one pill, they should take two pills the next day. ठीक है, biphasic pill में आप दोनों estrogen and progesterone mix करके दे रहे हैं, and these two pills will be taken on the next day. Let us suppose and continue the course. If you are missing more than two pills or more than two consecutive doses, essentially withdraw the course, ठीक है, and restart the course on the fifth day of the cycle again, fifth day of the new cycle, essentially next menstrual cycle. So the only cap that you have is one missed pill. If you miss two continuous pills or you miss two continuous doses, then stop taking the drugs, start on the next menstrual cycle again. Okay. Now these drugs will be teratogenic if pregnancy has already occurred or if the girl has already conceived. So do not give these drugs, in case the girl is already pregnant. These can be teratogenic. Okay. Now, combined method works by suppressing both ovulation and, so essentially when you give E plus P, estrogen and progesterone combined, it will not only suppress ovulation, suppresses ovulation. अगर ovulation नहीं हुआ तो ovum form नहीं होता, ovum form नहीं हुआ तो zygote form नहीं होता, and thickening of cervical mucus, just writing it as CM, okay, cervical mucus. Other than that, progesterone only methods will decrease the frequency of ovulation. If you use only progesterone, it decreases frequency of ovulation. So at the end of your menstrual cycle, technically speaking, you need to have you need to this thing, what do you call, ovulate. If ovulation is not occurring, then by the end, essentially mid cycle say end cycle tak, ovulation should be over. If that ovum is not getting fertilized and if ovulation is not occurring as quickly, there is lesser chance for you to get fertilized, essentially to get pregnant altogether. Then oral pills एक method है, and then there are progesterone only contraceptives. Yeah, progestin only contraceptives. इसमें एक बहुत फेमस पिल आती है विच इज मिनी पिल. ठीक है. There's a very very low dose progestin that is taken every day without gap. There's no gap given altogether. uh, the advantage of progestin only contraceptives is that the big problems, adverse effects, long term adverse effects especially that occur with uh, estrogen are eliminated. Estrogen use generally causes long term adverse effects. Okay, all of those are eliminated by giving only a mini pill or by only using progesterone only, this thing. Okay, progesterone only contraceptives. The efficacy is lower compared to estrogen only pills, and menstrual cycle might become irregular. The adverse effects with these is that patients might have amenorrhea. It is very frequent. ठीक है. So sometimes what will happen is amenorrhea हुआ तो the girl might confuse it to pregnancy. So generally one short way of understanding pregnancy has occurred is by monitoring your menses. If menstrual cycle has not occurred for 2-3 times, it generally means that you are pregnant. But again, it is better to get checked. Sometimes what happens is taking these contraceptives itself will cause amenorrhea, so it can cause confusion and it can cause a few problems as well if amenorrhea is occurring. It can lead to permanent sterility. Okay, very very important. Might lead to permanent sterility, and it might lead to disruption of the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle will be disrupted mid-cycle or somewhere along the lines. Okay, it'll essentially confuse your body. Then lastly, we have postcoital methods or postcoital contraceptives. Right. Contraceptives. Coitus is the scientific term for sex. So essentially, postcoital contraceptives are given after coitus. Now, high doses of estrogen were used earlier because they are very effective, but they have a lot of side effects. As I told you, if you give only estrogen, it will cause a lot of problems, especially cardiovascular problems. So, estrogen and progesterone combination is used in this as well. Okay. Now, bear in mind that contraceptives can be given to men as well. They are male contraceptives as well, and you have female contraceptives as well. They are gaining, nowadays, people are taking it, but contraceptives in general as a concept is very dangerous, especially the drug induced ones. So, take it at your own risk, I would say. Um, whether it is a man or a girl, because it is messing up something which is natural, the hormonal levels which are natural, and sometimes more often than not you will find that with the current lifestyle that people have, their fertility levels is already low, and if during this period of time you try to take any more contraceptives and things like that, so that will take a even bigger hit. So one day if you do decide to get pregnant and all, so it'll be very hard. So anyway, coming to this, estrogen and progesterone combination is preferred. You can give lower doses of the overall drug itself, and you will see fewer side effects. ठीक है. दोनों के doses कम कर सकते हैं. Individual doses, rather than giving a single high dose of estrogen, you can give low doses of both estrogen and progesterone together, and it will cause lesser side effects, fewer side effects as well. Now the pill should be started as soon as possible within 72 hours of coitus. Okay, within 72 hours of coitus, you need to take this drug, as in within 3 days. The efficacy is very high. Efficacy is about 90 to 98%. So almost there's a short chance that it will uh, not let pregnancy occur. It will not let implantation occur. You will take 2 tablets immediately as soon as you realize that you need to take this pill. 2 tablets immediately, and 2 tablets repeated after 12 hours. So let us suppose a girl is taking the two initial tablets about 12 hours after coitus, let's suppose. Okay. And the next two tablets will be taken at the 24-hour mark. Wherever, whenever you're taking the initial two tablets, उसके 12 घंटे के बाद लेते. Okay. If it is not possible to take, let's suppose 72 hours mark have passed and you're not able to take, or for whatever reason you're not able to get these drugs, postcoital contraceptives, then you can use IUCDs, okay, intrauterine contraceptive devices. IUCDs should be used within 5 days of coitus. Now, these will generally prevent pregnancy. These will create a physical barrier. You need to go to a doctor and you can use a IUCD. Now, IUCDs are generally used only in emergency methods. Normally, उतना use करते नहीं. Emergency methods generally following contraception failure. Let us suppose a girl did not miss, she missed the contraceptive doses, or she did not take these E plus P combination, or if the guy also did not take contraceptive pills or did not practice contraception, whatever the reason, or sometimes even cases of rape. सो वो केसेस में भी IUCDs यूज कर सकते हैं आप टू अवॉइड प्रेगनेंसी. सो पोस्ट कॉइटल कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव्स वो पूरे चीज़ों में काम आते हैं. Now coming to the adverse effects that occur with these hormonal contraceptives, now you have to keep in mind that because you are opposing something which is very natural, it will have severe side effects, especially because you are how should I put it? You are confusing your body essentially. Okay. Menstrual cycle is supposed to go in a certain way and it is supposed to go with certain amounts of hormones and certain levels of those hormones. You are essentially confusing your body by, giving external estrogen and progesterone. So the patient will have headache. Some patients will have migraine. Okay. Other than that, it can cause breast tenderness, amenorrhea, irregular menstrual cycles. It will cause weight gain. Significant weight gain occurs. Generally, you will see that women who practice oral contraception, their weight will gain quite a lot, even men to a certain degree. It will cause acne, mood swings, and hirsutism as well. Abnormal growth of hair throughout their body. That is hirsutism. Now, these are normal side effects that will occur as such. There are more severe side effects as well, specifically CVS effects. These mostly occur in women over 35. In women over 35 who take oral contraceptives, hormonal contraceptives, it will increase their risk of myocardial infarction. ठीक है. Significantly increases the risk of myocardial infarction and venous thromboembolism as well. Coagulability of your blood will increase. Coagulability increase होने की वजह से there is a higher chance that blood clots will occur. Newer agents are relatively safer. They will not have as many CVS effects, but they will still cause some CVS effects. Other than that, it can cause hypertension. The patient might develop hypertension. It can cause cancer, cervical cancer or breast cancer. It can cause cholestatic jaundice, obstructive jaundice भी बोलते हैं इसको. um, Cholestatic jaundice, it can lead to gallstone, या glucose tolerance, so diabetes develop हो सकता. Glucose tolerance gets impaired essentially, and depression, so mood disorders भी होते. So one piece of advice I would give anyone who is thinking about taking oral contraceptives is think again. Okay, there are other ways as well. You can use long-term planning, and you can use devices that those are safer compared to these pills. But essentially, when you also have condoms for women. So there are multiple ways. You don't always have to take hormonal contraceptives, even though they are effective. They are like if you are not vigilant with your practices, if you're not able to vigilantly take precautions, then you are लास्ट सॉर्ट, बहुत लेजी है आप तो आप हार्मोनल कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव्स ले ले रहे. So if you're not able to be vigilant about your own practices, both on both the sides, okay, man and woman, then it will create a problem, and it is creating significant health risks for the girl. So I would strongly suggest that you think twice before taking hormonal contraceptives altogether. ठीक है. In certain cases they are completely indicated, especially in cases where let's suppose rape है या फिर emergency situations है, then I can understand. But if you're taking it for long term, then I would suggest that you really rethink your strategies. uh, Combined pills is completely contraindicated. So if we talk about the contraindications, it will cause thromboembolism. It can cause cardiovascular disorders, CVS disorders, cardiovascular disease as well. It can lead to breast cancer. So it is technically contraindicated in breast cancer as well. It will worsen the condition. Liver disease, because itself it can cause hypertension and other cardiovascular effects. That is why it is contraindicated in thromboembolism and CVS diseases. And use cautiously, or use cautiously in DM, hypertension, convulsions or convulsive disorder, एपिलेप्सी है या convulsive disorders है, edema and CCF, congestive cardiac failure. ये पूरों में you, if the patient already has all of these, use them very 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 carefully, use them very cautiously. It is better not to use them, but if you are using them, monitor the patient carefully. ठीक है. Now coming to ovulation inducers. Now, यहाँ पर भी you will use the same estrogens and progesterone. It depends on when you are giving the pill. That timing matters the most. ठीक है. And to a certain extent, the drugs will remain the same. It just आप कब दे रहे हो उस पे बहुत उस पे importance रहता. Depending on when you give the drug, it can either act as a contraceptive or it can act as a inducer of ovulation, and it can act as a something that helps fertilization essentially. Anyway, these essentially mainly include estrogens and progesterone. So first we'll talk about estrogens. Now there are three different types of estrogens. Obviously, you have the major estrogen, which is E2, estradiol. Okay, this is the most common one. Then there is E1, which is estrone. Estrone is generally present after menopause. Higher amounts will be present after menopause. And there is estradiol, which is E3, mostly seen in pregnancy. ठीक है. Estradiol can be converted into E1 and E2. ठीक है. This conversion occurs through liver and some other tissue. ठीक है. Some tissues in your body as well as liver have the capability of converting estradiol into estrone and estrol. ठीक है. These are natural estrogens. Now, if you are using synthetic estrogens, you will have two different categories specifically: systemic and topical. Systemic में mainly ethinyl estradiol आता. Okay. Topical agents will include stilbestrol, you can use mestranol, you could also use diensterol if you want to. All of these are topical, so you get them as gels and all. Now, estrogen itself, it will work through estrogen receptors. So, estrogen receptors are the two main estrogen receptors. You have ER alpha and ER beta. Estrogen receptor alpha, estrogen receptor beta, and their positions. uh, Alpha is present in only in women. Okay. Beta can be present in men and women both. This is present on the reproductive tract. So throughout the reproductive organs, uterus, cervix, ovary, so on and so forth. It is present on breasts, breast tissue पे रहता. That is why the effects of contraceptives are seen on the breast as well. Breast cancer can occur. It is present on blood vessels. It will be present on hypothalamus as well to coordinate negative feedback. Right. Uh, ER beta is present only on ovaries and in men on prostate glands. So men can produce a little bit of estrogen and progesterone. Women can produce a little bit of testosterone. It is not that they will not be able to produce, it's just that the quantities will be negligible compared to their own normal hormone. So men normally produce testosterone and different combinations of testosterone, different different chemicals similar to testosterone, the dihydrostenedione and so on and so forth. Anyway, uh, those drugs, those hormones essentially will dominate. They will not exactly dominate, I would say, but their quantity is so much more compared to estrogen that the effects of estrogen will be negligible. You will not see any effects of estrogen altogether in men. The same occurs in women. The amount of estrogen that they have and progesterone that they have, it will shadow the amount of testosterone. They will have very very small amount of testosterone. Generally you will see that women who are older, आई मीन पोस्ट मेनोपॉजल वुमेन, उनके अंदर ईस्ट्रोजन लेवल कम हो जाता. टू अ सर्टेन एक्सटेंट द अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोजेस्टेरॉन इज आल्सो डिक्रीज्ड. सो दे विल स्टार्ट शोइंग मैनली फीचर्स एट दैट टाइम बिकॉज द relative amount of testosterone will increase. The suppression from estrogen has and progesterone has decreased. तो उन लोगों के अंदर they will not literally become manly in the sense that they will have more hair growth and things like that. Their skin will become slightly rougher, all of that. Estrogen and progesterone, if you've learned about the normal effects, secondary sexual characters especially, they will not only make your hair more lustrous and grow longer and things like that, they will also make a girl's skin much more smoother. That is why on an average, even if a guy and girl both have the same skincare routine, generally girls the skin of girls will be a lot more smoother. Again, it depends on the care they are taking as well, but in general, if everything else remains the same, then the girl's skin will be much more smoother and softer essentially. So that is because of estrogen. Anyway, 1 second, just hold on. Hey, sorry about that. So as I was telling, estrogen specifically stimulates your estrogen receptors on the target cell, wherever those targets are, best reproductive tract, so on and so forth, and it will have a few actions. So these are all normal functions of estrogen, which you've already you studied in physiology. Normal maturation of reproductive tract, development of secondary sexual characters, stimulation of pre-ovulatory endometrium. So your endometrium needs to be prepared before it can get implanted. So that preparation is done by estrogen. To a certain extent later on progesterone will kick in as well, but estrogen starts the cycle. It will have an effect on bone mass as well. So essentially estrogen inhibits bone resorption. It will not let bone be broken down. That is why post menopausal women के अंदर it is very important to take either they have to take vitamin D and calcium supplements, or they some women need to take estrogen supplements as well. ठीक है. Estrogen is very very helpful to a girl's body or any lady's body, but essentially what happens is after menopause that decreases, the level significantly falls. Estradiol, ठीक है, एस्टेरोन ही mainly रहता. तो there'll be a lot of effects. The positive effects of estrogen will be removed, or the positive effects of estradiol will be removed. So to counter that, you either have to take supplements or you have to take the supplementation of the drug itself. Estradiol use कर सकते हैं आप. Maintenance of normal structure of skin and blood vessel. Decrease estrogen also has cardioprotective effects in the sense that it will decrease LDL and it will increase HDL levels. It will also technically have an effect on triglycerides. Estrogen also enhances coagulability of your blood, so it overall has good effects on your body in general. Now tomorrow we'll in the afternoon we'll discuss about the drugs that will fall under this. There are two different classes of drugs that will fall under this. Okay. Both estrogens and progesterone ovulation inducers के अंदर, depending on where you are using, how you are using, अलग रहता. ठीक है.